So, you have the final season part 2 for me?
Yes, sir, I do.
Amazing. You know, I thought it would be cool if, we split this into 2 parts as well.
Oh, no, I don't really...
Then when we get to the next part, we split that one into 2 as well, and then the next part we split into 2 pieces each. No one could ever stop us mathematically.
Sir, unfortunately, I think we're kind of gonna have to end it here.
Okay, but what if we didn't do that?
That is a good point, actually. You know what? Why don't we just try it and see, where it goes?
I like that plan.
But do you think that fans might get upset that we're, constantly leaving them on massive cliffhangers?
No, I think they'll understand that, we just want more money.
Oh, yeah, that's true. People generally have very good reactions to very obvious cash grabs, for sure.
Exactly. So what's gonna happen this time?
Great, so we're gonna open on Hanji, who's just found Levi's dead body, right?
Oh, so Levi's really dead, huh?
Oh, no.
What do you mean?
No. He is not dead.
But didn't he take, like, a thunder spear directly to the face?
Oh, yeah, for sure. But you'll also come to realize that in this story, fatal injuries are not so fatal for main characters.
Really?
Yeah, plus we can't kill off characters that attract a large female audience, and Levi definitely falls under that category.
I mean, does he at least have some burns?
For sure, yeah, and he also lost a few of his fingers and, one of his eyes.
Oh, that sounds like a pretty serious handicap, actually.
Oh, well, let me tell you, it's not at all.
Because he's the main character?
Because he's the main character, but he's mostly going to be out of the action for this one because he's sleeping.
Oh, he's sleeping, huh?
Yeah, just some casual beauty sleep, because, if Levi was around, he'd solve everything that was about to happen really easily, and we can't have that.
Oh, what stuff is that?
Well, Hanji's going to escape with Levi by, jumping in a river.
Oh, that's cool.
While also seamlessly dodging a ton of bullets.
Okay, that sounds just immediately 100% less plausible.
But then, this Titan that's just kind of been sitting there is going to start to implode on itself.
What, that Titan was just sitting there?
Yes, sir.
And the Survey Corps members, whose job it is to kill Titans, didn't try to kill it.
Well, you see, because this thing had Zeke inside of it, so they couldn't kill it.
Did they know that?
No, I guess they didn't, actually, yeah.
So either these guys have read the script, or they're just incredibly incompetent and bad at their jobs.
Apparently, and so Zeke, he's all the way back to life now, and let me tell you, he's a bit more biblical than he used to be.
But like he recites scripture?
No, like he met the founder of Ymir, who's like essentially their god, and she patched him up.
Oh, how'd he manage that?
By managing it.
That makes sense, for sure.
And of course, since he's a lot more biblical now, obviously he's completely naked.
That seems kind of weird to put in there. Wait a second, are you trying to appease all the Zeke fangirls?
Oh, absolutely, this was just put in there to appease the Zeke fangirls.
Alright, I'm on board. So what's gonna happen next?
Alright, well, we're gonna head on back to Shiganshina, and the Marley airships, they're there, and they're dropping their troops from the sky.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and the airships have also got these machine guns that are just raining down fire on the city.
Oh, what does the Paradis military do?
Take a strangely long time to get ready for a military.
Why is that?
Well, because Eren, he's got to go and, solo all of Marley, just all of them. Didn't he already do that in the previous part of the same season and lose pretty quickly and pretty badly? Yeah, but this time he's got the power of friendship.
Didn't he just lock up all his friends?
Listen, sir, I'm gonna need you to get all the way away from my spine about what a stupid move this is. Eren's got to solo Marley, that's just how it is.
Okay, let me get off of that injection zone of a spine.
And Reiner, he's dropping from the sky, and he's also gonna transform.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, and him and Eren are gonna have a massive fight, the likes of which you've only seen 3 times already.
You know what they say, 4th time's the charm.
They've never said that, but then Marley's gonna actually start using their brains and realize that if Eren and Zeke come into contact, they might be able to use the founding time.
Oh, and what are they gonna do about that?
Well, Pic's gonna strap a giant can to herself, and General Magath is gonna, ride her with it.
Okay, cool, for sure, yeah.
And then Eren's gonna be fighting Reiner and Galliard, and he's almost cornered.
Seems about right, in all honesty.
But then he's gonna realize he's got the Warhammer Titan, and, use it.
Oh yeah, I forgot he had that.
Apparently so did Marley, because Eren's gonna generate a bunch of spikes and, stick them on it, so they're just kind of hanging in the air.
Oh, cool.
But then Pic's giant gun is gonna lodge a bullet through Eren's brain.
Oh no, it must be hard to come back after you got your literal brains exploded out of you. Actually, super simple. Barely an annoyance.
Oh, really? Yeah, Eren's just kind of gonna encase himself in a lot more spikes, so, maybe that solves something.
Very spikely, brainless guy, yeah.
But then this guy, Onyankopo, is gonna release all the main characters from prison.
Why does he do that, though?
Because he knows that if the main characters fight, they'll be a lot less likely to die because of their insane plot armor.
That is a good plan.
And then we're gonna have this really tense moment where Mikasa's not really sure if she wants to help Eren because, he jailed her and said that he hated her in the last part.
Oh, right, he did do that, huh?
But then Armin's gonna be like, oh yeah, Eren, he was totally lying.
Wait, is he allowed to do that?
Yeah, because, Armin figures it's much easier for Eren to get to Zeke if, he tries to go along with his plan.
Did the plan include jailing his friends, telling them that he hates them all, and then, taking over the government?
No, I assume those were just kind of bonuses along the way.
Like when you do taxes for 10 years straight and you get to skip the 11th year?
Yeah, like euthanize 10 Latians and, you take over the government for free.
Cool. So they decide to help him then?
Oh yeah, but before they do, Yelena's gonna make a really weird face that's definitely not gonna get memed to crap.
What?
And then Eren, he's gonna be on the ropes again.
How many times has he been on the ropes at this point?
Oh, at least 20, but then some boulders are gonna fly and hit Reiner and Galliard, but not Eren.
What does that mean?
It means that Zeke just transformed and he's on top of the wall waiting to, save Eren.
Wait, I thought like when a Titan transforms there was a giant lightning strike that came along with it that let everyone know immediately where they were.
Oh yeah, generally, they definitely do.
Well then how did Zeke manage to, sneak up on them? Because, if he just transformed on top of the wall, surely there'd be lightning and all eyes would be drifting towards him.
I mean, it'd be one thing if he transformed like a ways away and then ran towards the wall and climbed up on it, but if he just transformed on top of the wall, wait a second, is he still naked? Oh, okay, I've got it. So first of all, he's got pants on now, unfortunately. And second of all, maybe the lightning's actually just a fashion choice. Oh, it is. Yeah, let's just go with that. It'll save us a lot of trouble down the line. Seems like just an extremely deadly fashion choice. And then Zeke, he's gonna start throwing rocks and he's gonna sink the Marley airships, right? Can he do that? Maybe he can. And then all the Marley airships, they're gonna crash. And Yelena, she's loving it. Like she's having McDonald's? No, like she's gonna have this giant cinematic moment where she's watching the airships fall with arms outstretched. It's gonna be a really awesome clip that definitely wasn't in the trailer for part 1. Wait, what? And then Eren, he's gonna start walking towards Zeke, and it looks like they're gonna touch each other. That'd be a better way to say that. Falco, he and a bunch of other military officers have got Zeke's spinal fluid inside them, so, they've got some trouble going on with them. What does that mean? Well, it means that since Zeke's now there, he could turn them into Titans at any time, so they gotta fight with guns instead of ODM. Why not just try to get out of range of the scream then? Because Shinzo Sasagayo or something. Anyway, then Falco's gonna notice that he sees Gabby and his brother Colt, and so he's gonna be like, hey, you know what, let's do this again sometime, and go and join them. You mean like getting taken prisoner by an enemy and then drinking spoiled wine that'll turn him into a man-eating titan? Yeah, I mean, he's only 10 though. He's probably thinking he had a great time. Oh, is that how that works? Yeah, 10-year-olds don't have any concept of, anything important, probably. Yeah, because, if he wasn't, this is kind of seriously messed up stuff for a 10-year-old to be dealing with. Oh, yeah, it would be, actually. Really, really messed up. So Gabby, Falco, and Colt are reunited, huh? It's kind of like the worst anime trio ever. It definitely is gonna feel that way for sure, and then Falco, he's gonna confess his love to Gabby. Wait, this isn't a rom-com. Is that even allowed? Well, exceptions can be made in, life-altering circumstances. Right, the alternating circumstances. Then the card titan, it's gonna look like she's dead, right? Oh, no, we got a dead pick, dude. Well, everyone's gonna think so, but then Flock's gonna be like, hey, who killed it? And it turns out that none of them did. Wait, so she's not dead. And then it turns out she's actually alive, and Margot Taicho is gonna turn the cannon on her rotting corpse and hit Zeke right through the nape, and he's gonna fall off the wall. Oh no, that seems like a pretty fatal injury. Is he dead? No, because remember, main character. Oh, right, yeah, that's true. And so then Colt's gonna try to convince Zeke to wait to scream until Falco's away on an airship, right? Oh, and so does he decide to wait until Falco's far enough away? Oh, let me tell you, he's gonna look constipated for, just the whole second, and then be like, nah. Oh no. Yeah, and so Zeke's gonna scream and transform everyone into Titans, and Colt's gonna hold Falco as he transforms and, die in the process. Why does he do that, though? Because he wanted to die with his brother or something. I don't know. Falco's not dead. He's still very much kicking, or in his case, eating humans. Okay, yeah, it doesn't really make sense when you start to think about it, but we've got a lot of named characters that I don't really know what to do with, and plus, we haven't had a main character with a name die in a while, so, I'm just gonna start killing them off. Makes sense. What is it, about one death every 2.5 episodes? Actually, with these episodes, it's up to 3.5. Oh, cool, we went up. And then Falco, he's gonna be a Titan, and let me tell you, he's got a really long neck. I mean, is that important in any way? Not really, he's just got a really long neck and kind of a tiny head. Couldn't you just make him look like Falco, but he's a Titan? No, because then he wouldn't look as funny. Oh, I didn't realize this was gonna look funny. Oh yeah, okay, do that. Yeah, and Falco, he's attacking Reiner, and Reiner's about to let him eat it. Why? Because he's like done fighting or something, but then Galliard's gonna come around and be like, actually no, eat me please. Okay, now you see, why would he do that though? Because he saw some of Reiner's memories, and so he's like, I was always better than you, guess I'll go die now. That could not make less sense. I know, it doesn't at all, but remember, you had to get rid of another character you didn't have any more use for. Exactly. And so now Falco's the new Jaw Titan. Ah, and how's that gonna come into play? Oh, it just won't, like, at all? Oh, I guess that works, you can also do that. But then Zeke's gonna get hit with another shell, and he's definitely gotta be dead this time. Except he's not, yeah. Yeah, the suspense is just getting less and less each time you try to pull that. Well, how about this? Eren's gonna be fighting with Zeke in his Titan form, and then he's gonna completely harden himself to escape out the back. Whoa, why would he do that, though? Because he's gonna do a Usain Bolt. What? He's gonna do a Flash. What, some more? He's gonna do a Sonic. Yeah, still not getting anything. He's gonna run impossibly fast in a directly straight line right to Zeke. Whoa, why is he gonna do that? Not to mention, he's actually very exposed. Because Zeke's crawling towards him in his human form, and they're about to touch each other. Still don't like the way you said that. And so then Eren, he almost makes it, but then Gabby, she's right there with a sniper rifle pointing at his head. Well, surely she's not gonna kill the invincible Eren Yeager. And she kills Eren Yeager. Okay, that. Whoa, calm down. Even though Eren's head was blown off with the sniper rifle and his head kind of flipped around like a dreidel, he's not actually dead. But how could he survive getting his head blown off and spun around like a dreidel? I mean, most doctors will say even just one of those things is fatal. Because he's actually a main character. Not even a main character could withstand that. Obviously, this one can, because his head ends up in Zeke's arm before he, dies. Wait, really? Yeah, and so then him and Zeke are gonna arrive in the paths and meet the founder Yimi. Wait, what is happening right now? And then Zeke's gonna be like, hey, Eren, go and tell her to euthanize all the Eladians so so they can't have children. And then Eren's gonna kind of be like, I fibbed on that. I'm not gonna do that.
What?
Yeah, he was playing Zeke the whole time.
Oh, so our Eren is actually still alive in there?
Oh yeah, he definitely was. But there's another issue, actually.
What's that?
Zeke actually has control of the Founding Titan, not Eren, because the Founder Ymir is actually just a slave to anyone who has royal blood and does their whim.
Oh no, and Eren, he just betrayed him, didn't he?
Yeah, and Zeke, he's got some plans for Eren.
Oh man, what is he gonna do? Is he gonna make him sit there for all eternity? Oh, is he gonna cut off his limbs and have them regenerate immediately and then cut them off again? Ooh, is he gonna kill all his friends in front of him, like repeated several times over?
He's gonna show him some memories.
Oh, I don't get how that's supposed to be a punishment.
Well, he really wants to turn Eren to his side, so he's gonna show him some awful things that his father did.
Oh, I mean, I guess that's a strategy for sure. I don't think it'll work, though. How does that actually go?
Well, it seems like it's going well at first, but then Zeke's gonna realize that Eren, he was kind of always this way from the moment he was born, actually.
I mean, yeah.
And then we're gonna see that Grisha actually found the royal family's church a lot sooner than we thought he did. But he didn't kill them. No, instead he went home because, he loved Eren or something.
Right, but we know he does eventually kill them, so even if he waited a few years, this is kind of unnecessary information.
And then we're gonna see him on the night he actually did kill the royal family.
See what I mean? He eventually gets to them, and we know that he does, so it's really not important.
But Grisha, he just doesn't want to do it.
But we know he does it, though. Why even bother acting like he doesn't?
And then we're gonna find out the biggest plot twist in all of Attack on Titan. Some might even say in all of cinema.
Oh, okay, I'll bite. What is it?
Okay, so get this. The Attack Titan can see the memories of its future users.
Oh. Okay, that's something, I guess.
Hey, this is kind of like a giant reaction bombshell. Give a little more. Like a wow or a oh or just something.
Well, I mean, Eren Kruger kind of gave that away at the end of the last season when he was like, in order to save Mikasa, Armin, and everyone else, you've got to succeed.
Oh, yeah, he totally did do that, huh?
Whoopsie. So what does this actually mean, though?
Well, it means that Eren's going to show Grisha some memories of the future and also communicate with him directly like they're having a real conversation. And Grisha's going to kill the royal family because, he's changed his mind now.
Whoa. This is actually kind of crazy what's happening here.
You might even say like a plot. Oh, I get it.
And then afterwards, Grisha's gonna see Zeke and be like, hey, buddy, I love you, but you gotta stop.
Eren's always gonna get what he wants. He always does.
Hey, that's just kind of messed up.
Yeah, a bit for sure.
So that means ever since Grisha got the Founding Titan, that Eren's been secretly manipulating him to create the future in which he comes to exist?
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, in theory, he could have been pulling strings as far back as the first Attack Titan.
Probably best not to think about it, in all honesty.
I kind of want to think about it, though.
Okay, moving on.
And then Zeke's gonna get kicked out of the memories by Eren, and he's gonna be like, hey, Founder Ymir, go euthanize all the Eladians now. I'm ready to do that.
Wait, didn't he already do that, though?
Apparently not.
I mean, he could have just had the Founder do all that while he was showing Eren the memories.
I guess showing Eren the memories was really important to him or something.
Man, this dude must really love memories to put off, his whole life mission.
Yeah, he does. And Eren, he's handcuffed, but he's gonna break free and start running towards the Founder.
And what happens when he gets there?
We get some more backstory. Yeah, and it turns out that back when the Founder Ymir was just a little girl, her village was attacked by all the Eldians, and they kind of took her and all her family as slaves.
This is just not good, is it?
And then one day, she's gonna get punished for stealing a loaf of bread that she didn't steal, and the Eldians are gonna, hunt her to death with dogs.
Oh, no.
But then she found this really weird tree with an opening that she fell into just a giant pool of water, and inside there, she's gonna float for a while until she meets a little spiny creature.
A what?
Okay, look, we don't really know what it is. All we really know is that this is like the origin of all Titans, and it was kind of just floating around in this water until it saw a little girl drop in and was like, hey, yeah, I want a piece of that.
So you're telling me that the origin of all Titans is that a weird, spiny creature in the depths of a tree wanted to get intimate with a girl who just happened to fall under them?
Oh my gosh. Oh, no, now I'm picturing it. Oh.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you know what, just move on. Move on, please.
And so long story short, she gained the power of the Titans, for sure.
Cool. And what does she end up doing with that power?
Well, let me tell you, she's gonna go back to the aliens and decide she still wants to be a slave.
But she just got the power of what, in their medieval society, is essentially the power of a god. Why would she go back to her enslavers and would-be murderers?
Unclear, but then she's gonna marry the king and conquer all the other nations of the world, including Marley.
Gotta throw that Easter egg in there.
Yeah, you gotta throw those Easter eggs in there. But yeah, thanks to her, the Eldian Empire was built.
Wow.
Yeah, and eventually she's gonna die by a spear that was actually meant for the king.
But that was her chance. She should have let the king die and then took control of the Eldian Empire that pretty much she built all on her own.
Well, let me tell you, she definitely didn't do that, even though she should have. And so the king's gonna make her daughters eat her body so that, they inherit their power.
Of all the messed up things in this show, that is absolutely the worst.
Did I mention their names are Maria, Rose, and Sheena?
Well, an extremely cool Easter egg that does not change the fact that, actually, I gotta go.
Probably not, but then we're gonna see that Eren, he's caught up with the Founder, and he's like, you know what, I'll end it all, just give me the power to do it. What is he talking about? And then the founder Ymir's gonna make the first choice for herself in all of her life, probably, and she's gonna give Eren the power of the founding titan.
Oh, she does.
Yeah, and then we go back to the present, and Eren's alive, because, that spiny monster spine thingy is gonna attach from his body to his head.
So what's Eren gonna do?
Well, let me tell you, he's gonna have the biggest fashion choice of an explosion titan transformation ever, and all the walls are gonna start crumbling down.
Wait, they are?
We see all the colossal titans are gonna sort of be marching behind Eren. His founding titan is just like kind of the size of a city, and the rumbling has officially begun.
Wow!
Yeah, and he's gonna use his founding titan to transmit a message to all the aliens that like, hey, I'm gonna take these titans and I'm gonna destroy every single stone in the whole world.
Wait, that's not a good thing, is it?
Not really, no, but it's definitely gonna feel like a cool
Wow,
thing.
that was a great half, quarter, part, some number of episodes belonging to a final season. That was great.
Oh no, that was just 5 episodes.
But that's like more development than most series have in 3 seasons of television, let alone 5 episodes.
True, but because of the high octane action, we're gonna have to simmer down for a few episodes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for example, Annie's gonna be free. And after killing all of the Titans, including Commander Pixis, the Aegis, they've got control of the island.
That's not good, I think.
No, it's not, and Flock's in charge, and he's just, executing everyone.
Oh, so what are the main characters gonna do about it?
Well, they're gonna decide that they need to stop Eren.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, and so Mikasa, John, Armin, Connie, Reiner, Pick, Margato, Hanji, Levi, Gabby, Falco, Yelena, and Onya Kapoor, they're all gonna leave.
Hey, that's a nice little ragtag bunch of people going to, save the world.
Yeah, but first they're gonna sit around a campfire and talk about their feelings.
Why they gotta do that?
Because these people, they've been enemies for years, so they gotta get all those feelings out in the open.
They've all actively tried to kill each other at least once for several years at a time, but do you really think sitting around a campfire is gonna help fix all that?
So it's gonna end up working.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, and they all agree they've all done terrible things, and now they're all friends.
I mean, I guess if you say so, if it makes the plot happen any faster.
I do, and then they're gonna decide they gotta attack the port, right?
Why do they gotta do that?
Well, because these guys, the Azumabito, they built like a flying boat for them, right?
A what?
Which is essentially just a plane fueled by flying plot gear power, and if they can get it, then they can get close enough to Eren to stop the rumbling in time.
Oh, do they manage to get it?
Well, let me tell you, the very first thing they gotta do in order to get that boat is, kill all their friends.
What?
Yeah, so they try a stealth mission at first, but when that doesn't work, they decide to immediately start killing all of their friends. A lot of people who they've known since boot camp.
Oh, that is just so messed up, but not more messed up than the other thing.
Yeah, meanwhile, Reiner and Annie are like, first time.
Oh, yeah, wait, that is not fun.
And then Falco, he's gonna decide he wants part of the action, so he's gonna transform, and he's gonna look kinda like a bird.
Wait, I thought Falco wasn't gonna do anything.
Oh yeah, but he's only gonna transform once, and he's not even gonna be that helpful.
Why did he even bother?
So that we can show a new Titan.
Actually, that is a very good, legitimate reason, for sure.
And then Falco's gonna have this really interesting moment where he's almost gonna sink the ship, because he knows if he can sink the ship, then they're not going anywhere, but then he's gonna get shot and killed.
Oh, I feel just absolutely no sympathy.
Good, and so then General Mogoth, he's gonna see a Marley cruiser that he thinks can catch up to them if he lets them, so he's gonna go try to explode it, but then he's gonna meet Keith Shaddis along the way.
Hey, was that drill sergeant guy who liked to drill them when he was also a sergeant?
Yeah, how did you remember?
Kinda hard to forget a name like Shaddis, in all honesty.
Or Magato, for that matter. But anyway, then they're gonna meet each other and be like, hey, we trained all the people who've been trying to kill each other for 4 seasons, so you know what? We're cool guys, aren't we? And then they're gonna promptly die.
More characters you just need to get rid of?
Absolutely just more characters I needed to get rid of.
Cool, so what's everyone gonna do now that they're on the boat on their way to stop Eren?
They're gonna have some flashbacks. Yeah, and we're gonna find out that they all went to the mainland like a year ago to see, what it was like over there.
What happened there?
Well, let me tell you, Mikasa, she's gonna eat some ice cream.
How is that important?
Because she's gonna smile rather than wearing that expression that says, hey, I just want to murder everyone in this room.
Oh, yeah, that is definitely a more pleasant look, for sure.
And then everyone's gonna go drinking with these people who were displaced because of the war, and they realize that, not everyone outside of the walls are bad people.
Oh, that's kind of sweet.
Mikasa, she's almost gonna confess her love for Eren, but then she doesn't.
Why didn't she, though? We've been waiting for this for quite a while, actually. I'd like to see it happen before they have to kill each other.
Because the circumstances were not excruciating enough.
Oh, right, yeah, that is a requirement to confess your feelings for someone in a non-rom-com setting, for sure.
Then everyone's gonna go to this meeting with this group who claims that they like Eldians, but really they only like the Eldians that were made because of, occupying by the Eldian Empire. They still really hate the island people.
Well, did they expect, anything different to happen?
Yeah, they did, because, Armin, he just wants to sit down and talk to people.
Even I could tell you that wasn't gonna work.
And Eren thinks so too, which is why after hearing the verdict, he immediately leaves, and they never see him again until, the raid on Liberia.
Wait, so what was the point of that flashback?
I'm not actually sure. I kind of just wanted to throw in some scenes from a hypothetical Season 4 start that I might have had.
Oh, so it was just a reminder, the start to Season 4 we could have had?
Essentially so.
I hate you so much right now, so what happens next?
We see all the world is united against the island of Paradis, and they've got this massive fleet, the likes of what the world has never seen, and they're all gonna try to stop the rumble.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and when the Titans first appear in a steam of smoke, they're gonna shoot a lot of missiles, and even kill a few of them.
Wait, hold up. Can Titans even swim?
Barely they can.
What about Eren? I mean, he's just a giant cloud
lump of bones. I mean, there's no way he can swim, right?
Ah, yeah, well, you see, Eren has the power of being off screen for all of this.
Oh, I didn't realize he had the power of being off screen.
Yeah, it's not important how he crossed. The point is he's there now, though.
Makes complete sense.
And the fleet's gonna do its best, but the moment that Eren's steam hits them, they're all toast. Like, quite literally, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, and then the ground forces are gonna start to run away, and we're gonna see Eren's true founding titan from the front for the very first time.
Wow, just wow.
Then Eren's gonna have a flashback to when his mom died and be like, I will exterminate all of them, every last one of them.
Yes.
I will remind you, he is actively committing genocide.
Oh, yeah, no, it's terrible that he's killing all those people who were his enemies for many long years. Probably synced to some very awesome music.
And then a titan's foot is gonna smush the cannon.
Oh, baby, that is epic.
Yeah, and then that's it, we're done from there. Yeah, no more of that.
What? No.
Yeah, you know, we gotta stop somewhere if we want to keep dragging this out for a really long time.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, money and also money.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, hey, heads up, the next part will take about a year to make.
Cool. So we thinking like another 12 episodes?
Oh my gosh, no. There is not a lot of content left.
Oh, there is?
No, there really isn't.
So we thinking like a movie instead to wrap it all up?
Not even that. Realistically speaking, it's just like the final chapters that are left.
Wait. Say that again.
Like, not even that real?
No. The thing about the chapters.
Yeah, it's just the final chapters that are left.
Yeah. Okay, alright, listen up. I've got a plan.
Hey guys, I'm Pitchming here. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you're the kind of person who wants to watch more Attack on Titan videos, then there will be one over here or something that will lead you to it eventually. And if you don't want to see more Attack on Titan videos, then why are you even here? Get out of my sight.
Anyway, I'll see you in the next one.